if I take the KNN regression, KNN classification model in terms of, let us go with KNN for the same data set. Once again, I'm considering the same data set. Here also, let me okay, I'm taking the same data set. Once again, I'm importing the libraries, the same data set. Okay, social network cats, once again the same data set, once again same x and y values, and splitting the data and doing the scaling, that is also same. And now earlier I have taken in this logistic regression, now I am taking k nearest neighbors classifier. So from sklearn.neighbors, go to sklearn.neighbors. In that you are having k neighbors classifier. So use the k neighbors classifier. So I'm using the k neighbors classifier, in which I'm using the k value initially as 1 because I don't know what is the k value. So in the k nearest neighbors, what is the first step? You have to choose the k value. Okay, after that you have to calculate the distances. After calculating the distances, whatever the distances with respect to the number of neighbors, it has to identify the points, and that it has to take the voting. So here I'm taking k as 1 means it is identifying the nearest one, which is the distance by city, which is the nearest one, and it is taking that color into that one, right? So here I'm taking with respect to metric is equal to Euclidean, with respect to I'm taking Euclidean distance, okay, and I'm fitting the data with respect to x train and y train, and after that I'm predicting the data. Now I'm taking with respect to confusion matrix. Okay, earlier in the logistic regression, whatever the logistic regression we have completed, okay, in the logistic regression, whatever the confusion matrix, if you have opened the confusion matrix, what is this confusion matrix? 6, 3, 8, 24. Out of I'm having 3 and 8, total 11 records are misclassified. Now when compared to this in KNN regression, in KNN classification, now it is having 13 misclassified records. So if I plot the same confusion matrix, okay, and if I check the accuracy, now it is 0.87. In logistic regression, it is 0.89. Here it is 0.87. Now if I take the classification report, this is the classification report, and if I check the area under the curve, what is the area under the curve is 0.85. Earlier in logistic regression, what is the area under the curve? It is 0.95. Now it is 0.85. It is 0.85. Now I have to identify the k values. Which k value? Which is the best k value? Choose the k value. Earlier I have chosen the k value as 1. Now I want to choose the correct k value. So for choosing the correct k value, for what I am taking is k in range of 1 to 30. For different k values, first k is equal to 1 to 30. KNN model is equal to k neighbors classifier. Neighbors is equal to k, means first what it is going to do, k value will be taken as 1 and enters into the loop. K value will be substituted as 1 and it will fit the model, predict 1, test, and it will calculate the accuracy. The accuracy will be stored in the list. It is appended. It is going to store. Next, it is going to take k as 2 and again it will be fit the model and predict the data and it will identify the accuracy. So what I have done earlier in the above, actually I have to go there and I have to change the k value as 1, k value as 2, k value as 3, and I want to use shift enter, shift enter, shift enter. Instead of doing all these things, everything I have brought into a single cell. Okay, so now for different k values, so k is equal to 1 to 30. 30 means 29, up to 1 to 29, different k values you are having, and these are the different test accuracy values. Okay, now if you plot this one, just I am plotting this one. If I plot for k value is equal to 1, this is the 0.87 accuracy which we have seen. For 2, for 3, for 4, for 5. After 5, it is getting constant. So now what is the maximum test accuracy we are having? This is the maximum test accuracy of 0.93 is the maximum value. So now you tell me what is the k value which I have to select. Based on this, what is the k value I have to select? Yeah, k value has been selected with respect to this k as 5 actually. So here it is, if you consider this is also k value as 3. If you consider k value as 3 also, the same test accuracy you are going to get. Why you are considering 5? 3 also it is giving the same thing, right? Why you are going with respect to 5? 4 means it is giving 92% accuracy. Okay, but what happened to 3? 3 is also giving the same result, right? Why you can't go with 3? As the number of, yeah, after 5 it is constant. Okay, so here we are considering in terms of the highest test accuracy. So I am considering 3 as the k nearest neighbors. Okay, in terms of, so if I take k is equal to, now knn is equal to k nearest neighbors classifier, where neighbors I am taking as 3 only, and I am fitting the data and I am predicting the data. If I calculate the accuracy score, it is 93%. If I check the ROC curve, now what is the ROC curve means? It is 0.94. In logistic regression, I got with respect to 0.95 and test accuracy is 89. In this case, I got with respect to 0.94 with test accuracy of 93. Out of these two, which is the best one? Yeah, KNN is having AUC of 0.94. Okay, and accuracy, in terms of accuracy, is equal to 0.93 test accuracy. Okay, and logistic regression, for AUC you are having in terms of 0.95 and test accuracy you are having with respect to 0.89. Now you are having two models with you. For the same data set, two models, that is the same data set, both of them are the same data set. In this, whatever the columns I have considered, here also the same columns I have considered. I have not even increased any columns. Similarly, I have considering the same number of columns only. So now we are having two different models, right? For the same data set, now you are having two different models. Similarly, we'll see with respect to, for the same data set, let us go with respect to next one, decision trees. Let us go with decision trees. Once again, okay, once again I'm importing the libraries. I'm loading the data set. This is the same data set, out of which I'm considering in agent estimated salary only, purchase why I'm taking as purchase, and again I'm splitting the data set, and again I'm doing the future scaling. In this also I'm doing the future scaling. Okay, now from sklearn.tree, importing the decision tree classifier, I'm importing the decision tree classifier. In this decision tree classifier, you are selecting the criteria is equal to entropy. So just you can use the shift tab button in the help file. Okay, in the help file, if you go to the help file, here you are having in terms of different options. By default, criteria is taken as Gini. By default, the criteria is taken as Gini index. You can write as Gini, or you can write as entropy, or whatever you want. Okay, if you don't write anything, means by default it is going to consider the Gini. Okay, default parameter is taken as Gini, and the maximum depth is none, means it will continue. The tree will be continued until you get the final class. The tree will continue. Okay, and the minimum sample split means minimum there should be 2. If there is 2 also, it is going to split the data. Okay, and it is going to continue in this way. So these are the various parameters you are having, right? And we will be discussing all these parameters. So let us first, we have designed this tree. Now let us check the tree, how the tree will be based on the X and Y trend, how the tree will be looking like. Let us go and see this one. So this is the tree. So in this tree, it is not clearly visible, right? So you can't, for me also it is not clearly visible. Don't ask, sir, please can you zoom? We can't see. I am also not able to see. So for this, what I am doing is, I'm just selecting this image, and just I am saving the image. Save the image. I'm saving the image on desktop. Okay. And just I'm going to my desktop. If I open this one image in terms of, I'm getting in terms of like this. Now I can clearly zoom it and I can clearly see. This is my first decision tree. It is considering my root node as age. Based on the age it is considering, and the entropy value is taken as 0.51, and the samples, total samples in the training data set, we are having 300 samples, total 400, out of which 300 samples I have given with respect to training and 100 samples I have taken for testing. Total 300 with respect to 300, it is based on this value, it is dividing into 189 and 111. Okay, so whichever the age is less than this value, total 189 are there. Whichever the age is greater than this value, 111 are there. So it is subdividing into this one. So left side with respect to this, out of again this one, again it is considering estimated salary as the second one, and it is continuing. The tree is continued until where it is continuing means the terminal nodes. If you observe in the terminal nodes, you are having in terms of 0 and 1, means this belongs to class 1. This belongs to class 1. Here we are having with respect to 2 comma 0, 1 comma 0, 0 comma 1, 0 comma. So in terminal nodes, if you observe clearly, it is having every data is having which is having with respect to 0. Whenever one of the variable is 0, the remaining it is the class. Okay, like this it is continuing. If you observe, every terminal node is having in terms of last one 0. Whereas decision nodes is having certain different values. For certain decision nodes is having different values, but whereas the leaf nodes or terminal nodes, it is having the other one is 0, means there is no need of sample cutting. Okay, clear guys, the decision tree. So now based on your decision tree, once your decision tree got, now if you check the results, okay, I'm using the Ypred and I'm testing on X test, and if I take the confusion matrix, now I'm having total 9 records are misclassified. In the logistic regression, 11 records are misclassified. Now 9 records are misclassified in the test data. Now if I check the with respect to this confusion plot, and if I check the accuracy score, what is the accuracy? It is 0.91. Test accuracy has now went to 0.91. Okay, now if you take the in terms of classification report, it is 0.91. Okay, now AUC curve, what is the AUC curve? If you see the AUC curve, it is also area under the curve is 0.91. So can anyone tell me what is the accuracy for this decision tree for training accuracy? What is the training accuracy for this decision tree? More than 91. No. Yes, of course, it is more than 91 only. That is correct answer only, but not exact answer. It is very simple. 100%. It is 100% because it is getting until the end. It has went until the end. You have not done any pruning, miss. By default, it will take 100% because until we get 100, miss final answer. Until it gets the final answer, the decision is continuing. It is never stopping. Until you get the final output, you are continuing with the data set, right? You are not stopping with respect to maximum depth you have not given, or you have not given any type of where to cut the tree. You have not cutted the tree, right? The tree has been continued until the end. See, this branch has been continued. This branch has been continued. This branch is continued. This branch, every branch is continued until the end. If every branch is continued until the end, until the final answer, that what will be the train accuracy? There is no cutting. There is no cutting means obviously you are going to get in terms of 100% accuracy. If I check in terms of Ypred underscore train, I'm applying Ypred underscore train is equal to whatever the model name, whatever the model name I have taken, I have to check the model name. Classifier. Here also I have taken the classifier. Okay, classifier dot predict on x underscore train. So I'm predicted on the x underscore train. So after predicting on x underscore train, now I'm taking in terms of train accuracy. If I calculate the train accuracy between y train, actual y train, and y pred underscore train. It is 100% because you have went until the end, right? For that reason only pruning will be taken. Irrespective of test accuracy, train accuracy will be always 100 for decision trees if no pruning is taken. For that reason, we'll be prune the data and we'll bring this one to 0.95 or 0.94 so that it will be not have overfitting problem. It will be almost near to that one. So we are going to make the pruning the data, right? So here we have got, for example, if I'm taking the future importance, so from decision tree onwards, we are getting the new option called as future importance. Only from decision tree onwards, we are going to get. For logistic regression and KNN, it is not applicable. Sorry. For logistic regression and KNN, it is not applicable. It's not applicable. Future importance is not applicable. But for a decision trees, random forest, and boosting techniques, all the boosting techniques, this future importance is there. So you can write your model name dot future underscore importance so that you are going to get each future what is the importance. So it is having the first column of 47% importance and second column of 53% importance. So total, if you are having total 100 columns, let us assume you are having 100 columns. For each column, it is going to give what is the percentage it is contributing for the output. Okay, for example, let us take simple example. If I am having total 10 columns, out of which the first column is having a contribution of 70%, second one is having 15%, third one is having 10%, and fourth one is having 1%, fifth one is having 1.1, sixth one is having 0.8, or next one is having 0.7, like this. Okay, if I'm having like this, all the 10 futures total, the percentage is 100. If you add total all the 10 futures, it is 100. So it is going to give each column what is the percentage of contribution on the output. Okay, 70 plus 15 plus 10 plus 1 plus, let us take 1.2 plus 0.8. Okay. Oh, let us continue this one. Let me take this one continuationly. First future, second future, third future, fourth future, fifth one, sixth one. Okay, let me take next one, seventh future with respect to 0.7. Eighth one I'm taking as 0.3. 1, 85, 95, 96, 98, 99. Next one, ninth future I'm taking as in terms of 0.4, and 10th future I'm taking as 0.6. So total I'm taking the 110 futures. Each future their percentage of weightage. Each future their percentage of weightage. 70% contribution, 15% contribution, 10% contribution, 1, 1.2%, 0.8, 0.7, 0.3, 0.4, and 0.6. So each one has each one contributions. Some of them will have zero also. So whichever the futures are having 0% contribution, we'll be simply neglecting them. So now out of these 10 futures, these first 3 futures contributing 95% of the contribution towards the output, whereas remaining 7 futures are contributing remaining only 5% of the contribution, right? So these 7 futures I can even delete. I can drop them because 95% I can get from this one. So remaining 5% I am getting from here means I can simply drop them. Okay, so like this, we are going to identify which are the important features also. Which are the important features? This is called as feature selection techniques. Right? Understood? And let us get into next one is in terms of we have discussed today in this class we have discussed the first option to prune the decision tree. What is the first option to prune the decision tree is the maximum depth. You are going to give the maximum depth of true. So here whatever the things you have done, so here what is the maximum depth you are having total? What is the depth you are having? This is the first one, second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Total 12 stages. It has went the depth of 12. Total depth of 12. Okay, I am cutting the decision tree. I am cutting the decision tree with respect to a maximum depth of true. I am cutting the decision tree. So once I cut this decision tree, let us check. After taking this, I'm going to calculate and I'm taking the decision tree, plotting the decision tree. So if I plot the decision tree in terms of, see, it was cutted here itself. With respect to 2 stages only, it has been cut. Whatever we have got this complete decision tree, now it has been cut to 2 stages. Maximum depth I have taken as 2. And if I take this maximum depth of 2, now my accuracy has been changed. Earlier it is 100%. Train accuracy is 100%. Now my train accuracy I am getting in terms of 94%. Okay. Next, I can even take the maximum leaf nodes. If I'm taking in terms of for cutting the decision tree, I'm taking inside the decision tree classifier. I'm taking within that. So I have told you, right? Different hyperparameters are there within the. If you open this one, you are having criteria as Jenny, and you are having the maximum depth. You are having in terms of maximum features, the maximum leaf nodes. Like this, you are having different each one. So I'm taking the maximum leaf nodes as 3. Now in this case, I'm taking with respect to maximum leaf nodes as 3. If I take the criteria instead of Jenny index, if I take the criteria as entropy, I'm going to get in terms of entropy. Okay, in terms of entropy, this is once again I have made complete decision tree because I have not given the depth of the tree. Just I'm using the criteria as entropy. So earlier we have taken this is based on the entropy, or so already this is also we have done with respect to entropy. So let us make with respect to Jenny. Let us take with respect to Jenny. Instead of entropy, let us take Jenny. So if I take with respect to Jenny, so this is the Jenny index with respect to based on the Jenny index. Okay, so let me save this image. So here, if you observe in this decision tree, okay, the old one, this is the old one. So here I am taking entropy. So it is calculating based on the entropy, it is selecting the root node. Now, if I select this new image, this is my new image. Now I have taken with respect to instead of entropy, it is calculating the Jenny value. It is calculating the Jenny value. If you observe clearly, it is Jenny. It is not considering the entropy value. It is considering the Jenny. For each split, it is considering Jenny, Jenny, Jenny. Everywhere it is considering Jenny values. Based on the Jenny values, it is starting the splitting. Right? You can use the entropy or Jenny index. Right? Clear, guys? So what is decision trees and how to prune the decision trees? Pruning the decision trees is called as optimizing the decision trees in order to reduce the overfitting problem.